But it is the foundational social communication precursors that we just talked about that drive these skills to develop. Let's talk about difference number 2 overall, which is the pattern of language development. This is how the difference in their actual language, the words that they use, can develop differently for children that have autism. This one's interesting because children with a language delay who have difficulty learning to say their first words, they typically still develop language in the same order. First, they understand words, and then later they learn to use words. But it's possible that children with autism may do this in a different order. They may learn words from songs or TV shows, but then not necessarily use these words to communicate. Or they might know things like numbers and their ABCs or colors, but they may not understand simple instructions. Things just seem to develop a little differently in terms of their order. And it all comes back to the why behind communication and connecting. So even though they may be able to repeat things or repeat words, they still may need some help learning to communicate and use these same words in a meaningful way for communication. And sometimes this can give parents a false sense of their child's communication development or language development, thinking that maybe their language skills are a bit ahead of what they actually are when we think about how they're actually communicating with us. I know that remembering how many words a child should say by a certain age or what they should be doing in terms of their communication, whether it's gestures or understanding words, can seem like a lot to remember, especially because it's changing month by month. So that's why I made a free roadmap of communication from when a child is born all the way to when they're 5 and entering kindergarten, so that you know exactly what to expect